Hello and welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode, and we are back here for Extreme Rules Part 2. Now, of course, if you missed the previous part, make sure to go and check it out on the channel or down in the playlist in the description down below. But we're going to be getting to spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now this match is for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships, a Tornado Tables match against the UE versus the New Day. But the question is, how are the New Day going to be feeling? Because of course, Kofi Kingston has lost his Universal Championship in the previous match. The New Day, how is their mind going to be going into this one? Seeing Kingston beaten down by Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins becoming the first two-time champion in Universe Mode. That's wonder how the New Day are going to feel, but it's not always been a good night for the UE either. Adam Cole was the first man eliminated from that #1 contenders match. And here they are, the New Day. Of course, they're not going to be with the Kofi Kingston here tonight. It's just going to be Big E and Xavier Woods out here for this Tornado Tables match. They're still seeing two big in spirits, but you never know what's going on inside the soul of the New Day after seeing their brother get beaten down by Seth Rollins and have his title taken away from him. But these are generally happy guys. Just to wait and see how they're going to deal with this match. Is it going to play on their minds? Are we going to see the New Day lose all their titles here tonight? We're going to have to find out. Can the Undisputed Era finally get a big victory here in Universe Mode? Can they beat the New Day to win those SmackDown Tag Team Championships? The championships that they've wanted their hands on since the beginning of Universe Mode. This is going to be the time. This is the time for the UE boys. Can they do it? Can they take away the gold from these two? Xavier Woods, Big E. Of course, you have to wonder. Xavier Woods is kind of the weaker link of the team. Big E being the much more dominant competitor. And it shows in their win-loss records as well. Big E's win-loss record as a singles competitor is a lot better than Xavier Woods by himself. Obviously, the tag team there was very good win-loss record, but Xavier Woods has picked up a lot more losses in singles competition than Big E has. Of course, getting things underway. This is a Tornado Tables match. The only way to win is to put your opponent through the table. Only one member of the team has to go through. It is not elimination, just a regular tables match. So the first one to go through, that is the person who will be eliminated. So we're seeing Big E and Kyle O'Reilly, Xavier Woods going after Bobby Fish right now. And let's be honest, the New Day, the Big E, as I was about to say, the New Day getting off to a very strong start here. They seem to be in charge of this one so far. Wait a second, the UE managing to get things turned around a little bit. Kyle stomping on the head with his elbow. Not really stomping, elbowing the head of Big E. While Bobby Fish going for a big suplex onto Xavier Woods right now, trying to get back into this. Kyle O'Reilly with a series of knees and kicks. And the leg sweeps take Big E off his feet and down to the mat. I think Kyle O'Reilly is trying to leave him to go for a table, but Xavier Woods has just grabbed him and dropped with a back body drop. The UE both of them getting out of the ring, both staying away from the New Day right now. Kyle O'Reilly maybe not by choice, but Bobby Fish wanting to go and get this table. So of course, that is the only way to win this match, is to be put through that table. And ooh, Xavier just slamming Bobby Fish's head onto that table right now. And into the steel stairs go Bobby Fish. Xavier was chucking him over there. And now Kyle O'Reilly going for that table. Wanting to pull the table into the ring, I believe. Yes, he does, getting that table in the centre of the ring. Wanting to put Xavier Woods through that table. Oh, now planting those punches on him while Bobby Fish lands a good drop kick onto Big E on the outside. The UE boys getting back on top right now. This has been pretty even back and forth between these two. The New Day get on top, the UE get on top, the New Day get on top, and now the UE back on top once again, looking to cause some mayhem in this match. But of course, all it has to do with, all it really matters is that table. Whoever goes through that table first, that is the most important thing in this match. And Xavier Woods going for that table, he's putting it, what's he doing? He's taking it over to the corner, placing it into the corner. He's definitely in a position where some damage could be done. Where Xavier's got Bobby. Big E rolling out of the ring though is just Xavier and the UE boys in the ring. A Fish throwing Woods into the table. Wait a second, is he going to be able to get him through it? Oh, a big chop to Xavier Woods right there. Trying to do a bit more damage first before putting him through that table, it looks like. But no, I was going to say Xavier reverse, but no, Bobby Fish getting those kicks in onto the leg of Xavier Woods right now. And Kyle O'Reilly getting back to his feet. Xavier ducking underneath, but Carl still grabbing and throwing back into that table. What is Carl going to go for here? Going to go for another big chop onto Xavier Woods onto that table. Wait a second, Big E. Ooh. Made me a little worried for the UE boys there. I was kind of scared that Big E was just going to suplex him straight through that table. Wait a second, Big E. A big splash from E. Kyle O'Reilly punching to the back of E. The advantage of having the two men in the ring right now. Xavier Woods still on the outside, not feeling up to it at the moment being. Kyle O'Reilly using Big E's momentum to take him over his head. It's the best way for Carl to do it. Of course, Carl doesn't necessarily have the strength that Big E would have. But using the momentum against him is probably the best way to do it. And Xavier Woods setting up the table in the middle of the ring. What is he looking for here? New Day taking things back on top. Bobby Fish back to the outside. Has been put to the outside, rolling out of the ring. It is just the New Day and the UE. Kyle O'Reilly. Wait a second. Kyle slammed through the table, and that is it. The New Day have retained the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. This is not a complete loss for the New Day here tonight. They have managed to maintain one of their championships, the Tag Team Championships. Big E and Xavier Woods are still the Smackdown Tag Team Champions. Putting Kyle O'Reilly through the table in the middle of the ring does Big E. And that is a big victory here for the New Day. Still your SmackDown Tag Team title holders since the beginning of Universe Mode, since it was first crowned in Universe Mode. I have to imagine Kingston is going to be very proud of these boys backstage, but they haven't allowed his defeat to affect them here tonight. Xavier Woods and Big E very happy indeed, and I imagine picking up this win for Kingston. But of course, the New Day does also run the Freebird rule, so Kingston could be defending these titles next time. You see, you never know, but for now, Kingston and Woods, Big E and Woods, still your Tag Team Champions. And then what's the next match here tonight? We have Kevin Owens coming out here tonight. Now, of course, this match here is all to do with a rivalry of wanting to be the best here on Monday Night Raw. Wait a second. Of course he can't wait until the match actually starts. Well, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match between Baron Corbin and Kevin Owens. Because Baron Corbin has been very angry ever since he lost his original title match to AJ Styles on the first pay-per-view here in Universe Mode, where he lost just regular match, got pinned by Styles, middle of the ring, fair and square. But since then, Baron Corbin has been on a rampage. He has been taking people out left, right and centre. And our GM and Rob Batista has not been very happy with it. In fact, he even called in Brock Lesnar, paying whatever ridiculous amount of money that would need to be paid to get Brock Lesnar to come in to go and fight Baron Corbin and put him in his place. And sure, it worked very briefly. Didn't work for very long though. Baron Corbin was straight back, being very frustrated. And he was in a #1 contenders match. It was in a fatal 4-way elimination #1 contenders match. Because of his match record, Batista had to put him in the match, where it was him, KO, Andrade and Sami Zayn. Of course, Sami Zayn did win that match, eliminating Baron Corbin. But then the next week, Baron Corbin came out attacking both KO and Sami Zayn, again showing the anger that he has, the frustration, the fury that he has in him. And hence why this has become a Falls Count Anywhere match, where the action can go anywhere. And as you can see, we are backstage right now. Baron Corbin getting a chair, trying to hit Kevin Owens over the head, but Owens managing to prevent that from happening. And now this is very good for Kevin Owens, and now very dangerous being backstage though. There were lots and lots of things that could go wrong back here, and lots of dangerous weapons that they could be using. As we've seen in the many backstage brawls we've had in Universe Mode, we've seen people getting thrown through TVs, hit onto cars. We saw Braun Strowman go flying off the top of that big lorry in the backstage area. It is not a good place to be. It's very dangerous indeed. So it's very risky for these two men to be back here. But I'm sure they would both like to get this punishment on each other right now. It's very important for them to really punish the opponent. Baron Corbin wanting to make his message clear that he should be WWE champion, that he wants to be, and anyone gets in his way, well, tough. Just tough luck. You're going to be in the crossfire, in the crossline, in the crosshairs of Baron Corbin, and you're going down until he gets what he wants, that WWE championship. And Kevin Owens wanting to defend his friend here tonight, and of course get revenge for what Corbin did to him, attacking him. It was not an action that Kevin Owens particularly appreciated, and wanting to stop these antics of Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin getting a chair right now. There's a running chair fan in the back door. Of course, there's that big electrical, a big hit to the head there onto Kevin Owens. That is not nice at all. Kevin Owens needing to get his hands up. Not a nice thing to take in the slightest. And Baron Corbin throwing Kevin Owens straight into that concrete wall. Straight into the concrete. Very unpleasant. Down onto the floor. Sure, there was a little bit of padding on that floor, but only very minuscule bit of carpeting. And going in to the management office right now. Baron Corbin is going into the management office and taking Kevin Owens in as well. But Kevin Owens reversing, elbowing Baron Corbin right in the face. Wait a second. Big uppercut from Owens. Baron Corbin then getting a reverse, getting an elbow to the head, and now uppercutting back to Owens. And as you can see, Stephanie McMahon over there behind the desk. Probably not what she wanted right now. Wait a second, Corbin. We know what's going to happen here. Brutal powerbomb onto that table, onto the laptop as well. Oh my goodness, Baron's going to owe them a lot of money if that laptop's broken. My word, I imagine that's a top-of-the-line laptop if Stephanie McMahon's going to be using it. Now Baron just making an example of Owens, slamming that chair down onto him. Owens' back is going to be in pieces after this one. You have to wonder what the general manager Batista is going to think about this if Baron Corbin is to pick up this win. Of course, Batista has allowed this match to go ahead, but Batista does have some big issues with Baron Corbin. Sending Brock Lesnar against Baron Corbin a few weeks ago, the previous pay-per-view, and in his promos, Batista has made it clear that he does not appreciate what Baron Corbin has been doing backstage. Wait a second. Big slam there from Baron Corbin, managing to stop the momentum of Kevin Owens once again, who's trying to get himself back into this, but it did not work out so well for Kevin Owens right now. I think Corbin getting off against that table. No, come on, Baron, this is too much. And slamming him to that table, and also onto that briefcase, that Money in the Bank-esque briefcase backstage, slamming him onto that as well. My word, not very nice in the slightest. 1, 2, only a 2 count there for Corbin. Kevin Owens still kicking out of this, somehow still got the energy to be alive in this match. Throwing Owens into the doorway, and Baron Corbin wanting to get out of here now. He's telling Kevin Owens to come with him. I think Baron Corbin wants to move somewhere else right now, but Kevin Owens still a bit dreary and not sure. You can see Buddy Murphy in the background there, just getting away from this action. Buddy Murphy wanting nothing to do with this, and I don't blame him. He's not even a part of Monday Night Raw. He's part of Smackdown, of course. Good to see him here tonight. I wonder how he's feeling about Seth Rollins picking up that Universal Champion, his leader. Baron Corbin eventually managing to get Kevin Owens to come with him, and now they're through the door, going back to the arena, and they are back outside with the crowd, seeing what's going on again in this darkness right now. We just have the spotlight focused on these two men as they are out in the darkness in the arena where we don't have lights usually, because it's not where we expect the talent to go. There's no need for us to have lighting in these areas. And Baron just leaving Owens lying. This is very much in Baron Corbin's match. Very much seems like Baron Corbin had a strategy for what he wanted to do. And he is managing to just wreck Kevin Owens. And honestly, Kevin Owens is kind of falling into the trap of Baron Corbin right now. Kevin Owens is kind of just following on with what Baron wants. Baron wanted to go backstage, Kevin followed. Baron wanted to go back in the arena, Kevin followed. And every time it's leading to a bad situation for Owens. Like right there. Oh, wait a second, no. Kevin Owens was ready that time, managed to grab the kendo stick out of the hands of Baron Corbin, and now slamming that kendo stick down on the back of Corbin, getting his revenge. Finally trying to get some damage done to Baron Corbin right now. And just staring down and going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, not even a 2 count there for Kevin Owens on Baron Corbin. It's going to need a bit more than a few kendo stick shots to keep Baron Corbin down, you'd have to say. Of course, anyone could get involved in this match. While there is no DQ, false count anywhere, anyone could get involved. Sami could come down and help his friend. Could come and help Kevin Owens. Someone could come and help Baron Corbin. Batista could come out and just beat Baron Corbin up. I also wouldn't be surprised by that. Be a bit out of line for our Raw General Manager, but he does have his issues with Corbin. Kevin Owens and Corbin trading kendo stick blows right now, and Kevin Owens is back on top with that kendo stick. 1, 2. It's not even a 2 count again. Very, very close to a 2 count, but not a 2 count. You do have to wonder, of course. You see here the anger that Baron Corbin has for not being the #1 contender for that WWE Championship. Well, not being the WWE Champion at all, I imagine, is what's causing his anger. But Kevin Owens also did lose out on the opportunity to... Oh, very close there for Corbin. Kevin Owens somehow just managing to kick out. But it is a very good opportunity for... Apologies, that's not what I was talking about in the slightest. Kevin Owens, you never know how angry he's going to be feeling. Because he has missed out on the opportunity to be #1 contender. He got pinned by Baron Corbin in that match. He may not be too happy about it. And his best friend, his former tag team champion partner, is going after the WWE Championship, whereas Kevin Owens... Well, to be honest, we did say a lot when they were working as a tag team. It did seem like Owens was the one doing most of the work for the tag team. And whether that's going to have an issue on what Kevin's feeling today, who knows? But it was very much shown in their matches back in the day where, even though it was a tag team match, when it was a tag team contest for those tag titles, it was very much Owens doing most of the work. But whenever it was just a match that would be forwarding their singles careers, it did seem like Sami Zayn gave more of a damn. And maybe that is something that's going to play on Kevin Owens' mind. You don't know what is going through his mind. Especially going through his brutal beatdown, as I was about to say. His brutal beatdown from Baron Corbin. I'm sure Kevin is managing to get himself back into this a little bit. But Baron Corbin has made a move again. They can move into the crowd, and Kevin just following him. Just going wherever Baron wants, which is, again, not the best idea. I really don't think it's the best idea for Kevin Owens to be just going where Baron is taking him. He's falling into the trap of Baron Corbin waiting for him. And there you go, big clothesline from Baron Corbin, taking down Kevin Owens, and he's got a chair, hitting Owens in the chest and on the back and the leg with that steel chair. And Kevin Owens is not in a good place right now. He has really taken a lot of damage, and big choke slam onto the knee there from Baron Corbin. I thought he was going to go for an end of days there. I was slightly concerned, slamming Owens' head onto that box in the corner instead. Owens managed to get back, going to body slam Baron Corbin onto the concrete on the outside. But then Baron Corbin giving one straight back to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens not managing to get enough momentum to keep himself going. Wait a second. End of days onto that concrete. I've got a feeling that's got to be it. Kevin Owens is going to be out. Wait a second, Corbin's getting him up. Another end of days onto the concrete. My goodness, someone needs to get some medical help for Kevin Owens right now. You'd have to think this is not a good place to be. And a third end of days to Kevin Owens on the outside onto that concrete floor. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin picking up the big victory here tonight after hitting 3 end of days onto the concrete and brutalizing Kevin Owens, to be honest. Completely brutalizing him. My goodness. Baron Corbin picking up a big victory here tonight, and Kevin Owens, you have to wonder what is going through his head here tonight. This is a lot of losses, one after the other for Owens. Losing those tag team titles, losing the #1 contenders match, losing against Baron Corbin. It's a lot of losses. It's a lot of losses going one after the other for Owens. He is not going to be happy, but Baron Corbin continuing his reign of terror here on Monday Night Raw. And I wonder what the general manager is going to have to say about that on Monday Night Raw. But for now, Corbin presiding over his castle. And now we're here with the Triple Threat United States Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura making his way down to the ring. Of course, Shinsuke did manage to knock out Aleister Black out of nowhere on Monday Night Raw. He managed to catch Aleister Black after he had a match, knocking him out in the middle of the ring. Shinsuke Nakamura doing one of the things that, well, not many people have done here on Monday Night Raw. Aleister Black has been very dominant since coming to Raw, swapping with Johnny Gargano, where he has not lost a single match since coming to Raw. And Shinsuke Nakamura did manage to knock him down off his feet, which is a very impressive feat, hitting him with that Kinshasa. So you look at the previous attacks that Aleister Black may have taken, usually ends with Aleister Black kind of still on his feet, to be honest. To be bluntly honest, look when Rowan attacked him, he was still firmly on his feet when that was done. But we now have this man here, Samoa Joe, of course, who has had some kind of affiliation with the club and AJ Styles over the past few weeks since the beginning of Universe Mode, really. But not an official member of the club, so we don't really know what's going on with Samoa Joe. But this could be a good step in the right direction for the club, maybe holding all of the gold here on Monday Night Raw. You never know. AJ with the WWE, Joe with the US, the club getting those Raw tag titles at some point. Maybe this is an opportunity for the club to pick up all the gold. But Samoa Joe, of course, a big, hard hitter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him tapping out either of these men here tonight. And of course, here is our United States champion, Aleister Black. You have to remember, of course, this is a triple threat match, which means, of course, no DQ, no rope break, but the pinfall does have to happen inside the ring. And to be honest, Aleister Black doesn't have to be involved in that pinfall. Samoa Joe could tap out Nakamura. Nakamura could kick off Joe's head. Aleister Black could black mass someone. Could black mass Joe, and then Shinsuke chucks Black out the ring. Shinsuke jumps on, you have a new champion. Aleister Black does not have to be involved. This is a dangerous situation for the US champion. That's whether he'll be able to hold on to his title through this match. It is a very risky proposition. But this is going to be a very hard-hitting match indeed. These three competitors, all known for very strong style wrestling. Aleister Black would kick your head off with that black mass Nakamura, that running Kinshasa knee, and Samoa Joe, well, he's just gonna whack you as hard as he can, and then he is gonna tap you out to the Kakita clutch. This could be anyone's match here tonight, but you do have to remember that Aleister Black is still undefeated since coming to Monday Night Raw. You have to think whether tonight is going to be the night where that streak is broken. The US Championship on the line here tonight. Nakamura, Joe, Aleister Black, and let's get things underway. Samoa Joe going straight off to Aleister Black, a big uppercut to Black, knocking him down to the mat, and changing over to Shinsuke Nakamura over in the corner, getting a big suplex on Nakamura. Joe looking to get a good start, catching Aleister Black. And no, Aleister Black getting a reversal, dropping his knee onto Samoa Joe's head, and now taking him down with an around the world DDT. And Shinsuke Nakamura, big back suplex onto Aleister Black, taking him down to the mat. And Nakamura going for the pinfall one. Samoa Joe on the outside of the ring, just taking a minute. It's quite a good strategy from Joe. Allow Aleister Black and Nakamura to damage to each other right now. But Joe getting himself back in the ring after Aleister Black hit that big suplex on Nakamura. And now Joe trying to do a pinfall, a very quick pinfall around Black, but not even getting a 1 count. To be honest, the referee being a bit slow to the count there, to be honest. Shinsuke Nakamura, a big kick to the gut of Aleister Black, and now Joe and Shinsuke teaming up on the United States champion right now. Oh, a big suplex, holding the arms of Aleister Black, making sure he gets no support as he hits the mat, just smashing his back down. And Nakamura dropping Black onto his chest. Now Nakamura and Joe going after each other. Nakamura, big punch to the face of Samoa Joe. Oh, and my goodness, Nakamura's got Joe up on his shoulders. Oh, a Falcon Arrow there from Shinsuke Nakamura. Only a 1 count there for Nakamura, and they need to do some more damage to get this done. But that would have been a good opportunity for him with Aleister Black out of the ring. Aleister Black getting his way back in, throwing Nakamura into the ropes. But Joe trying to get in the way there. Nakamura getting on an armbar. Is Aleister Black going to tap out to an armbar? But Joe breaking up the submission, stomping down onto Nakamura. Nakamura reversing Joe, dropping him down. This has been a very close match between these men. Now Joe getting out of the ring. Aleister Black and Shinsuke Nakamura, center of the ring, going at it. And Nakamura looking very good in this match so far. Nakamura kicking to Aleister Black, kicking to the legs of Black, wanting to damage him, of course. Wanting to make sure that he can't hit that Black Mass kick. It's going to be a lot harder. Of course, he has to be on one leg to hit that kick. And if that leg has been weakened, it's going to be a lot more difficult for Aleister Black to hit that Black Mass, get the elevation that he needs on that roundhouse kick. Samoa Joe grabbing Nakamura, getting back in the ring and doing elbows to the chest of Nakamura. Or more to the shoulder area, I should say. And now Joe. Oh, a Samoan drop onto Shinsuke Nakamura. And Joe going for the pinfall on Nakamura. Only a 1 count. Nakamura and Joe looking a lot better in this match than Aleister Black is, to be honest. Joe and Nakamura both found good opportunities to team up, to take down Aleister Black. But Aleister Black not having as good opportunities to go after Joe and Nakamura, kind of being manhandled by these two right now. Big uppercut from Joe there. Reversal from Aleister Black. And wait a second, Joe going for a big powerbomb, I think. No, he's not, just taking him over to the side, dropping him face first down into the man. Black rolling out of the ring once again. Nakamura going for the armbar again, trying to do some damage to Joe. Is Joe going to tap out to the armbar right now? No, Joe managing to get out of it, managing to roll his way out, managed to get his arm loose from the hold of Shinsuke Nakamura. They're throwing Nakamura into the ropes, or trying to catch him with over there, but Shinsuke Nakamura getting the reversal and getting Joe up, but Joe dropping the knee onto the head of Nakamura, and a big suplex from Samoa Joe. Aleister Black getting his way back into the ring while Joe is posing. He hasn't noticed. Aleister Black grabbing Samoa Joe, taking him down, and he's going to go a big knee to the back, just dropping an elbow onto the shoulder of Samoa Joe. And now he's noticed Shinsuke Nakamura set up in the corner, and Black kicking down, and now pushing his foot through the face of Nakamura. Wait a second, right into the corner. The big boot to the corner there. Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be rocked by that kick. And Aleister Black going for the pin, but the referee being a bit slow to the count 1. Only a 1 count there for Aleister Black. Could have been more, but the referee was paying attention to Samoa Joe for some reason. Not really paying attention to the action going on at hand right now. Wait a second, Nakamura taking Joe over the top. Aleister Black though. Aleister Black going for the pinfall. The thing that happened, the triple threat, stealing those pinfalls. Oh, I think Nakamura was trying to call for it. I think he was trying to call for that Kinshasa onto Samoa Joe. Oh, a big cutter there from Aleister Black, taking Shinsuke Nakamura out of action right now. Nakamura kick to the gut of Aleister Black. Aleister reversing him, managing to push away Nakamura, and over the top Aleister Black goes. And now Shinsuke turning to Samoa Joe with a big DDT, taking Joe down to the mat. Joe rolling out of the ring. Aleister Black and Nakamura center of the ring. Aleister managed to grab him, turning him over, and now working on Nakamura on the mat, doing some work to the head and neck area of Shinsuke Nakamura, and now calling him up to his feet. Wait a second. Is this going to be the Black Mass? Yes, it is Black Mass. Is that going to be it? Is Nakamura out cold? 1, 2. Oh, Nakamura kicking out of the Black Mass. Very impressive indeed from Shinsuke Nakamura right there. To be able to kick out of that Black Mass like that. Now Samoa Joe got Aleister Black on his shoulders. Oh, slamming him down. And Aleister Black rolling straight out of the ring. That was a lot of damage to take. Of course, Shinsuke Nakamura is now in a bad position after taking That black mass to the face is not a good place to be. Samoa Joe could very easily take advantage of that. But Nakamura, wait a second. No, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. Nakamura calling for it. Kinshasa! Nakamura has got it. Samoa Joe is out. 1, 2. Oh, Samoa Joe just kicked out the Kinshasa. Unbelievable. Aleister Black trying to get back there in time to save the match, but not getting there quickly enough. Like working over the arms of Shinsuke Nakamura right now, twisting around and slamming it down into the mat. And Black sitting down, staring at Samoa Joe, who is still out cold after taking that Kinshasa. I think he must have just kicked out purely on instinct. And now Black getting himself back into this, speeding things up, catching the leg of Samoa Joe, taking him down. Aleister Black speeding things back up to his style, going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there. Samoa Joe still in this, still on instinct, you have to imagine, after taking that Kinshasa. It really appears to have messed with Samoa Joe. Oh, but hitting that big Uranagi on to Shinsuke Nakamura, and he appears to be calling for that Kakita clutch, but Aleister Black managed to get in the way, preventing it from happening. All trying to go for a spinning knee there to Aleister Black, but Shinsuke Nakamura dodging out of the way, throwing Black into the corner. Dangerous place to be. Reversals between the two men, both of them just reversing back and forward until Aleister Black hit a bulldog, taking down Shinsuke Nakamura and going for the pinfall on Nakamura right now. 1, 2. Oh, very close indeed. Samoa Joe was just there, but not close enough. Nakamura having to kick out on his own guile of what's left of him in this match, after taking that big Uranagi from Samoa Joe. Russian leg sweep there from Aleister Black, getting Nakamura out of the ring. And now it's just, wait a second, cutter into the submission, into the chokehold. Choking out Samoa Joe. Is Joe going to tap? No, Nakamura getting another dropkick onto Samoa Joe's face, breaking up the holes, and now getting Aleister Black down to the floor, kicking him in the back. Well, this has been such a tight match. Any one of these men could win. I have no idea who is going to be able to pick up the win in this match. It has been so close between these men. Nakamura rolling out of the ring. Just Joe and Black in the ring right now. Wait a second, boys. Aleister Black going for taking him down to the mat, but Joe reversing punches to the gut of Aleister Black. Oh, he's going for a big dropkick with Black. Reverses, hit that stomp onto the chest of Samoa Joe. And wait a second, Black is calling for it. He's calling Joe up to his feet. Joe needs to duck this right now, but no. Black mass straight to the side of the head of Samoa Joe. He's got to be out. Can Shinsuke get there in time? 1, 2, 3. Shinsuke does not get there in time. Aleister Black is still your United States champion, pinning Samoa Joe to pick up the big victory here tonight. Impressive stuff from Aleister Black here. But to be honest, that was a very brutal match. All three of these men, it was very close. Any of these men could have won that United States Championship here tonight. It is not fair to disregard any of these men. They all worked very, very hard indeed. Aleister Black just really being the right place at the right time there at the end, to be honest. Anyone else could have hit any big move, and I think it would have been done. I think Aleister Black just got quite lucky that Shinsuke was on the outside, not being able to get in time when he hit that big black mass to Samoa Joe. But the United States Championship still resides around the waist of Aleister Black, and he is still undefeated since coming to Monday Night Raw. Who will be his next challenger? We'll have to find out. But now we move forward to the Smackdown Women's Championship match, our semi-main event here this evening. And it's going to be a TAC match, apparently. A tables, accents, and chairs match. No, it's going to be a TLC match. Tables, ladders, and chairs. And Toni Storm, who's been on a bit of a tear recently, trying to get a big victory here tonight, trying to become the SmackDown Women's Champion, but she does have a big task in front of her here tonight. Not only would she have to get past the SmackDown Women's Champion herself, Kairi Sane, who has just been on a storm since the beginning of Universe Mode. Storm, get it? Because she's Toni Storm. But she also has to deal with these two, Nia Jax and Dakota Kai. And you have to wonder, those two have been working together so well as a tag team recently that I kind of envy. And I don't envy being in this match against those two, because they're surely just going to team up against everyone. That is the best idea for both of them. Get rid of Sane, get rid of Storm, and then just deal with the rest of it themselves, and then they can fight it out between themselves to decide who's going to win this match. We have seen maybe there will be a bit more conflict that we don't know yet. But Dakota Kai and Nia Jax, both of them of course have had opportunities against Kairi Sane in one-on-one matches for this Smackdown Women's Championship, and it hasn't worked out for either of them in one-on-one matches, but this is a very different opportunity. The Smackdown Women's Championship is hanging above the ring right now, and whoever can get that title down, well, Dakota pointing straight up at it. There you go, you can see the title up there. Whoever can manage to get that title down, don't have to pin anyone, all you have to do is climb to that ladder, pull it down. But to get out of this match, there is a bit of an advantage here to Toni Storm and Dakota Kai. Of course, both those two were in the Money in the Bank ladder match, so they deal with the experience being in a ladder match situation, whereas Kairi Sane and Nia Jax missing out on that experience. So you have to wonder whether that is going to play into this at all, whether the understanding of how to work in a ladder match is going to make a big difference. But we will have to wait and see. Can Kairi Sane hold on to her SmackDown Women's Championship? I think it's going to be a tough one for her. She has been so dominant here in Universe Mode so far. On SmackDown, she has been the head of that women's division, but I wouldn't be surprised if tonight was the night that Kairi Sane does lose that championship. She wouldn't have to be pinned. It wouldn't necessarily affect her too much. We'll have to wait and see though. Can Kairi Sane climb that ladder and get back her SmackDown Women's Championship that is hanging above the ring right now? We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be very interesting indeed to see how this one works out. Toni Storm, Dakota Kai, Nia Jax and Kairi Sane, of course the current SmackDown Women's Champion. How will this one go? And right now, Kai and Jax doing the clever thing, both going after the other people in this match, and they are doing a very good job right now. We're saying Kairi. Oh my goodness. Kairi just tried to spear Nia Jax. She just grabbed her and span her around. My word indeed. What a brutal maneuver there from Nia Jax. Toni Storm running out of the ring. Dakota trying to get a chair right now. Seeing with Dakota putting the chair down for some reason. Very odd strategy there from Dakota Kai. Don't know why she did that. And now Toni Storm has taken advantage of Dakota Kai after that. Dropping her onto the knees. Dropping onto those double knees of Toni Storm. Very nice indeed. Toni showing off to the crowd after getting a bit of an advantage. But in the background there, Kairi Sane is just getting dominated by Nia Jax right now. That's not really the place you want to be. Nia has gone out and got that chair. Just looking while Toni Storm and Kairi Sane go after each other right now. Oh. Wait a second. Dakota taking advantage of Nia, was from paying attention. Bit of a split in the friendship there. Dakota and Nia going after each other now. Dakota trying to take advantage of Nia Jax, throwing her out of the ring, while Kairi Sane has brought a table into the middle of the ring. Dakota turning her attention now to Toni Storm and Dakota Kai. Dakota though managing to get caught by Kairi Sane, who hits her with that big Alabama slammer. Toni Storm trying to drop the knee into the back. Kairi Sane with Kairi moving out of the way. Trying to go for the spear, but getting caught by Toni into a big DDT. And now we have the ladder in the match. We have the ladder, we have the chair, we have the table. We have all the TLC elements in this match at the moment being. And Nia Jax hitting Toni Storm square in the middle of the face with the ladder, and all the other stuff has magically disappeared. Yay. I love this game. Oh my word. Kairi Sane just thrown off top of that ladder by Nia Jax. Pushing down the ladder, not allowing Kairi Sane to get anywhere near the top. Dakota Kai now though getting the ladder. Is she going to set it up in the middle of the ring? Yes, she is. Now would be a good time to go after. Kairi is on the outside. Nia and Toni distracted, but I think Nia Jax wants the championship for herself now. There might have been a bit of they might have been on the same page at the beginning of the match, but ever since Dakota took advantage of Nia Jax having her back turned, I think there's a little bit of a rift between these two right now, and it has now become each woman for themselves. Maybe not the smartest idea from Dakota and Nia. Oh, Dakota taking over Nia Jax right there. And Kairi Sane now getting the ladder, trying to set up in the middle of the ring again. It is difficult. There is a lot of women around. It's hard to find an opportunity where you can just go and climb up this ladder. We seem to be playing a game of who will climb the ladder first? Who will play chicken? Who is going to be the person who is going to climb up this ladder? They are circling. Come on, guys. Just someone climb the ladder. Someone. You can do it. I believe in you. You can climb the ladder. You don't need to just circle the ladder. Is Toni Storm going to join in the circle? Yes, she is. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it's changed. We've broken the circle. We've broken the circle. Kairi Sane taking down Nia Jax. Oh, my word. The circle has ended. The circle of friendship is over. Kairi Sane scampering to the top of the ladder right now. Nia and Dakota both taken down by Toni Storm. Good opportunity for Kairi Sane. But Toni Storm making her way up the ladder to try and prevent Kairi Sane. But Dakota looking to push the ladder down, and yes, she does. Catching Kairi Sane and slamming her down onto the mat. Oh, this game. Everyone just go and do the circle. Big DDT there from Nia Jax onto Dakota Kai. Toni Storm waiting. What is she looking for? Double underhook. Oh, dropping her onto the knees there. And now she has Dakota Kai getting there in the air raid siren position, but dropping her over the knee of Toni Storm instead of straight down onto the mat. And now Toni setting up the ladder in the middle of the ring. Is Toni Storm going to be able to go up the ladder and do it? She is up to the top. She's got that. She's got the title. Kairi Sane though. Kairi Sane making her way back in the ring, and Dakota getting back to her feet. Nia Jax, the only one who is still quite far away from the action right now. Toni Storm so close right there, but Dakota and Kairi Sane managing to stop Toni Storm from becoming the new SmackDown Women's Champion here tonight. Nia Jax tossing Toni Storm straight across the ring. Kairi Sane getting back to her feet. Dakota and Nia both double teaming Toni Storm right now, but Kairi Sane interrupting and getting Dakota Kai, throwing her into the corner. But no, Dakota getting the reversal, trying to take out Kairi, but Kairi again reverses Dakota. And Nia Jax setting up that ladder center of the ring. Nia Jax going to try and take the opportunity while Kairi is distracted. She apparently wasn't distracted in the slightest, managing to get Nia Jax straight away and looking to pull her down. Is she going to do it? Yes, she does. Pulling Nia Jax straight down. It's three women in the middle of the ring trying to climb this ladder, and now the same thing to Dakota Kai from Kairi Sane. Kairi stopping Dakota from being able to get up there, and Toni Storm back in the ring now. Wait a second. Storm Zero onto Nia Jax. My goodness, what a big move from Toni Storm right there. Kairi climbing up the ladder. Nia Jax not giving a damn. Get off that ladder. Oh, but Toni Storm taking out Nia Jax from behind. Toni Storm's the only person up in the ring. Toni Storm is the only person in the ring right now. Nia Jax still out cold on the floor. Dakota's coming too. Toni, this has got to be Toni time. It's just Toni in the middle of the ring. Nia's getting back to her feet though, and so is Dakota. Nia and Dakota making their way. No, Toni Storm has done it. We have a new SmackDown Women's Champion. Toni Storm is your new SmackDown Women's Champion here tonight. Very impressive stuff there from Toni Storm. Getting a bit caught up when, of course, the circling around the ring happened. But Toni Storm taking advantage, managing to get in the ring, managing to take out Nia Jax, and then managed to be up the ladder when no one else was there. No one else around. Toni Storm managing to get that championship down. And we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion now. Our main event of the evening. It is a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. And of course we have the #1 contender right here. the best friend of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. And of course, Sami Zayn got in this position by defeating Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens and Andrade in the elimination Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match. That is what earns him this position here. And of course, he does have a history with championship gold. He was a former Raw Tag Team Champion with his best friend Kevin Owens. And tonight, his first opportunity of the WWE Championship. Is he going to be able to pick up the big victory here tonight? It would be a big upset, I would have to say, if Sami Zayn could manage to beat the undefeated AJ Styles here in Universe mode. But in a steel cage, you do not need to pin the other man. You could just escape over the top, climb over the cage and get out of there. As we saw with Chad Gable and Matt Riddle back at Backlash. That is how Chad Gable became the IC champion. He hit Matt Riddle in the balls, climbed over the outside of the cage. But I don't know if things are going to be so easy for Sami Zayn with AJ Styles here tonight. The undefeated, phenomenal one, the WWE Champion. Well, we'll have to wait and see how this one goes, but I don't think Sami Zayn stands a chance, to be honest. I think this is AJ's match. AJ has this in the bag. Another easy defense for AJ Styles. The undefeated, phenomenal one. Of course, no members of the club out here tonight. Gallows and Anderson backstage just watching on while AJ does this one-on-one in the steel cage against Sami Zayn, defending in the main event his WWE Championship. And there it is, isn't it a beautiful thing? A gorgeous WWE Championship belt. Can AJ Styles stay undefeated here tonight, or is he going to pick up his first loss here in Universe mode? Sami Zayn certainly the underdog in this one, but you never know. You never know what could happen. Sami Zayn could get the upset of the century right now and defeat AJ Styles in this match tonight. He has been holding on to it ever since winning the championship at Backlash against Baron Corbin in the finals of that WWE Championship tournament. And sure, maybe he hasn't always been entirely fair with the way that he has acted in Universe mode, using the club, using Samoa Joe. Not necessarily always been entirely clean, but that doesn't take away from the fact that AJ Styles is a phenomenal wrestler. He is not going to go down easily. He's not going to give up without a fight. There's definitely a reason why he is undefeated here in Universe mode. But let's get things going. Steel cage action. Sami Zayn, AJ Styles. The only ways to win: pinfall submission, escape the cage, or get out of the door. The only ways to win this match. Sami Zayn getting a roll up there on AJ Styles. 1, 2. Ooh, very close there. Very close from Sami Zayn, completely just stealing the title super early on in this match. Sami Zayn getting AJ into the ropes and slamming him face first into the steel cage. Brutal stuff from Sami Zayn, and Sami trying to climb out of the ring right now. Trying to climb up that steel cage, but AJ back to his feet. Sami had not done enough damage to really take AJ Styles off his feet. Getting a big kick to Styles, and now taking Styles down with a big double axe handle onto AJ Styles from that top rope. Sami Zayn getting Styles into the corner, but Styles getting the reversal. We're saying Sami straight away again, managing to get back into this. And now, with a bit of an arm drag there, into a spinning DDT. Very much showing some of the Lucha Libre skills that Sami Zayn does have in his back pocket that he's learnt from El Generico. And now Sami Zayn trying to get his way back up, looking around for AJ Styles. And Sami was so close, but AJ slamming his knee into the steel cage. That is not going to be nice for Sami Zayn. Again, a double axe handle from Sami Zayn, turning around, taking out AJ Styles once again. Needs to do a lot more damage if you're going to try and climb over those steel cage, to be honest there. Arm drag from AJ Styles, taking Sami Zayn down. And then Styles going into a takedown onto Sami Zayn and kicking him into the spine. And Sami with a big kick to the gut there. AJ managing the reverse, manages another arm drag from AJ Styles. Of course, this really, AJ Styles needs to kind of keep the pace going, to be honest. Keep the pace going quick. That is going to suit both men, both their styles, but it's also going to prevent anyone from being able to climb over the top. And AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, one-on-one. To be honest, I do feel like AJ probably has the edge in that position. He probably does, to be honest. And another roll-up from Zayn. 1, 2. Oh, very, very close there. Very close indeed. Of course, there are no rope breaks in this match. This is a steel cage match, of course. No rope breaks, no count out, no DQ. All these things. Anything could happen. Sami trying to climb over the top once again. Trying very much to escape the cage right now. Zayn is onto the top. He is up to the top. AJ Styles climbing up also. AJ is climbing up also. Preventing Sami from being able to get all the way to the outside. Kicking to AJ Styles. Wait a second. Sami up to the top right now. Is he going to climb all the way over? Yes, yes, Sami. Sami's going for it. He's climbing over the top. Sami Zayn so close to freedom, but no. AJ Styles grabbing onto the leg, preventing Sami Zayn from falling over the top. Pulling him back down to earth. And now slamming his head into the steel cage. Brutal stuff there from Sami Zayn. AJ Styles trying to climb out of the steel cage right now, but Sami jumping back down to the ring and slamming his leg into the steel cage and then pulling AJ Styles off like that, letting him land face first out of nowhere. Styles getting a big reverse. I think Sami was looking for that blue thunder bomb, but Styles managed to rake the eyes of Sami Zayn, and not a very nice move in the slightest. Not really going with the rules, but there are no rules in this match. This is Extreme Rules. This is a steel cage match. AJ can do whatever he needs to do to maintain that championship here tonight. Styles getting Sami up, but Sami going over the top, reversing whatever AJ Styles was going for, and dropping him face first into the mat. AJ Styles getting back to his feet straight away, using the ropes to try and get some leverage, but he's into the corner. Sami Zayn, what is he thinking of here? An exploder into the corner. Very nice indeed from Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn getting some momentum into this match somehow. Getting quite lucky, to be honest. I'm surprised with how well Sami is doing. AJ Styles trying to climb out of this ring. It looks like he's trying to get over that top of the cage, using the corner, using the turnbuckle, making it a lot more secure for him to climb up. But no, Sami just there in time, just there to prevent AJ from getting right to the top. Punching him in the knee. And wait a second on the shoulders, then back body drop from Sami Zayn. Oh, not very nice in the slightest. Onto AJ Styles, Sami Zayn trying to escape now. Wait a second, no he's not. A big Swanton S-bomb from Sami Zayn. Going for the pinfall on AJ. 2. No, AJ just barely getting that shoulder up. I think AJ has been knocked a bit silly after that drop on his head from Sami Zayn just gave him. Haluva kick! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Has Sami done it? Has Sami put away AJ Styles? 1, 2, 3! Oh my goodness. We have a new WWE champion here tonight, and his name is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn somehow managing to stop the undefeated streak of AJ Styles here tonight, and he didn't escape the cage. He didn't take the easy way out. He pinned AJ Styles in the centre of that ring with a Haluva kick. Even after AJ had to resort to some dirty tactics to stay in the match, raking the eyes of Sami Zayn, Sami managed to take advantage, knocking off AJ Styles from the top and dropping him down, then using that big Swanton bomb. And then the Haluva kick in the corner, and that was it. That was too much for AJ. And Sami Zayn somehow has won the WWE Championship. The underdog story is complete for Sami Zayn. His best friend may have lost tonight, KO, but Sami has picked up the big victory here tonight. Thank you so much for watching Extreme Rules, and we will see you next time.